Hello, namaste, and aloha. So now we will get into the section two of episode two, right? In section one, we talked about ancient wisdom for modern mathematics, right? We talked about the application of 14 Vedic sutras and in different countries adopting it in their education systems. And we also talked about how different scientific areas of the modern science have been influenced by the Vedic math, especially the 14 sutras, in areas including AI/ML, right, which has pattern recognition, cognitive analysis, how to develop cognitive analysis, which have been used, and computational speeds for efficient algorithms which are used, right? So as we go through these 14 sutras, you will see how these different areas of our human brain can be used for efficient processing and development, which ultimately is it results into improvements into the modern science and math. So, in this episode 2, section 2, we will talk about using the ancient wisdom in the form of 14 sutras for modern calculations, right? So, that's a difference between section 2 and section 1 of episode 2, right? In section 1, we talked about different areas of application, how it helps, and how it has helped, and the wisdom part of it, whereas in section 2 it's more actually looking into the application side of it, right? So which is the core of the Vedic maths, which is the 14 sutras, right? And we will see how the same ancient wisdom in the form of 14 sutras for modern calculations. So again, we will look at the profound mathematical principles, which is the 14 sutras that have been preserved in Sanskrit texts for over 5,000 years, right? So the 14 Vedic mathematical sutras represent one of humanity's greatest intellectual treasures, right? These are not merely calculation techniques, but elegant principles that reveal the underlying harmony structures of mathematics itself and how it develops our human brain. So again, sutras, or we'll also refer to as just 14 methods or principles for mathematical calculations, right? Uh, so documented in ancient Sanskrit texts, these mathematical principles, 14 principles, were developed by the great sages and scholars of ancient India. What makes these sutras remarkable is their timeless relevance. The same techniques that amazed mathematicians thousands of years ago continue to provide the fastest and the most efficient solutions to complex calculations today. So these sutras offer, four transformative benefits to anyone who masters them. So we're going to go through them. You will see how these four areas, remember them, and then in the conclusion we'll talk about it, right? So if you look on the bottom, the four areas are what? First is the rapid calculation. So students and professionals report calculation speeds up to 40% faster than traditional methods, which ultimately reflects into the modern algorithms used for AI/ML. Mental maths, very powerful. It enhances the cognitive processing thinking of our brain, which has many other effects, positive effects, that strengthens your mathematical intuitions and the mental agility. Key to remember that. Universal principles, these techniques apply across all areas of mathematics, from basic arithmetic to advanced calculus to programming for AI/ML, and so on. Intuitive methods, natural, logical approach that makes complex problems feel simple and elegant. So, what sets Vedic mathematics apart is its holistic approach rather than memorizing countless formulas and procedures. And these sutras teach us to see the patterns, recognize relationship, and develop mathematical insights. They transform mathematics from a mechanical process into an art form. So, as we embark on this exploration of the 14 sutras or principles, prepare to discover not just new ways of calculating, but new ways of thinking about mathematics itself. So, let's begin this remarkable journey with Sutra number 1. Again, we'll start with Sutra 1. Thanks, mahalo, namaste, and hang loose.